Hi guys, this one is just going to be a quick one. It is to tell you, if you don't already know, that Sony has released the firmware update that gives cameras now 120 frames per second in 4K, 10-bit, 422. You can do that in the little ZV-E1 just like you can in the FX3 and the Sony a7S III, but you definitely can't do it as long as you can in those other cameras. So let's talk about that. So not only can you get 120 frames per second in 4K, but you can also now do 240 frames per second in HD if that floats your boat. And all of this is free, of course. There were some people speculating that this might be a paid upgrade, but Sony, it wouldn't have been a good idea, you know? People like me, we would have been, I would have written a stern letter for sure. But this is something that makes me very happy because I already love the ZV-E1. I love the image quality coming out of it, the low light performance. I love how small and light and portable it is. I love the stabilization in the camera. I use it for live streaming with just the 4K straight to the USB-C right into my computer, and it is so ultra super smooth. Really like this camera, and now to be able to get 4K 120 just like you can on those fancy A7S IIIs and FX3. It's gonna look beautiful, gonna have great. Anyway, let's talk about the overheating times, because that's probably why you're here right now. And of course, it's going to overheat in these modes. This isn't a judgment on the camera. It is just information that you may want to use for yourself. Maybe you were holding back on buying this camera until they proved they could do 4K 120. Well, here it is. So I did this on the highest quality settings and inside in a room that was about 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I got 13 minutes of 4K 120 recording. When I took it downstairs to my little office here, where it is nice and cool and it was air conditioned, we were at about 72 degrees, which is about 22 degrees Celsius. I actually got 26 minutes of 4K 120. Then I added a little fan. I don't have it with me. Where is it? It's here. I actually had to get up and go get this. The things I do for you people and your visuals. This is what I actually use when I am live streaming. I just use a Velcro strap to the back of my tripod because I want to keep the camera running. Anyway, it doesn't really help the overheating much. It's just too much for the camera. So basically I got an extra 5 minutes. I got 30 minutes of 4K 120 recording when using the fan. So I took the camera outside to record, and there it did the worst because it was quite warm outside for Canada anyway. It was 77 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius, and there was no wind, and it was a bit humid. So the camera lasted about 10 minutes here in the Toronto sunshine. Now for me, all of these numbers are plenty good. I just wanted 4K 120 in some capacity because let me tell you something, shooting 10 minutes of 4K 120, I would never want to go through that B-roll. That is how I use the 4K 120, tiny little bursts. I try to do it just 30 seconds, a couple of minutes at a time, maximum. So the 10 minutes even outside that I got is more than enough for me. Inside, 25 minutes, who needs? Now, maybe you do need that, but if you do, you're probably not buying this camera anyway. You know, get yourself an FX30 or the FX3 or A7S III. My FX30 just runs on 4K 120. It just doesn't even care. You can close the screen, doesn't matter, just keeps on going. This is Felix right here. I didn't have to get up all the way, but I did have to bend over to get him, so still, that counts as exercise. So I will leave a link in the description below that will take you right to the Sony page, and you'll need your serial number for your ZV-E1, which is written on the bottom. You can also get through it in the menu. They explain it when you click on the link, and then you just download the file, you put it on your SD card, put it in the camera, load it up, you're done. Again, they explain it on the link. So that's it. The update is here, and now the ZV-E1 is the full-fledged camera that I wanted it to be. It's a great camera. You just have to know what you're getting when you buy it. That is why people like me make these videos, so that you will know what you're getting when you buy it, and also for the YouTube ad revenue, the sweet, sweet ad revenue. Anyway, thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.